Finish him!
Welcome back to So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into their catalog. On this episode, let's take a closer look at the indie outfit, Bully. Founded in Nashville, Tennessee back in 2013, Bully is the moniker for singer, songwriter, and guitarist Alicia Benyana. Starting as a solo project but eventually adding in more members to help fill out their sound, Bully is still very much Alicia's project. Since their inception, Bully has toiled away, trying their very best to find a sound that fits their style. Ranging from indie, punk, grunge, and even noise pop, it's safe to say that they sound their best when they're at their loudest. I see Alicia's vocals get compared to Kurt Cobain's vocals a lot, and personally I think the comparison is rather apt. Obviously, Alicia is her own person with her own message for the world, but goddamn, if you like Nirvana, then I have a sneaking suspicion that you'll end up loving Bully. But that's enough basic juxtaposing for right now, because I would like to introduce you to 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that I think will get you stoked on Bully. Without further ado, let's get into the albums. The first album from Bully that you should give a proper spin is their latest effort, 2023's Lucky For You. Now, typically, I try to start somewhere at the beginning of an artist's discography when I'm writing these scripts, but Lucky For You felt far too potent to put second, even if this album did drop nearly 3 months ago. This record stands out for all the right reasons, as it seems Bully's musical formula was tweaked just enough until the final product was perfect. The opening track is very telling of this claim, as Alicia enters the fold roaring and lamenting a previous time in her life that was much less complicated than the situation she's currently in. The instrumental is driven, but not overbearing, finding its time to shine during the hook, elevating itself from humble beginnings to soar sky high. If this is truly your first taste of Bully's music, then you're certainly in for a good one. Same goes for the heavier cut Hard to Love, which prominently features this drum and bass focused instrumental that pulverizes anything in its path. Alicia's vocals feel like they are being held back by the mixing, which only makes her first outburst even more explosive. The track immediately following Hard to Love is Change Your Mind, which definitely takes a different tone across the board. This is an emotional outpouring in the lyrics as Alicia puts her heart on the line. The instruments backing her are rather benign and non-threatening, as this really is just a super solid, somewhat laid-back cut. The real fireworks come towards the end of this record, as the song Lose You featuring Soccer Mommy is an absolute blast. Opening up and sounding a lot like Weezer's El Scorcho, this indie rock track still features some elements of grunge and noise rock to give it that signature Bully sound. The 2 singers come together to create one of Bully's best songs, as their vocals blend beautifully into each other, constantly elevating the other's performance. Lucky For You has so much to offer, so if you're only gonna listen to one Bully album, just make sure it's this one. However, if you still want to dig deeper, then you should lend your ear to their 2015 debut LP, Feels Like. This is more of a back to the basics record in comparison to Lucky For You, but going back to the basics isn't necessarily a bad thing. In this case, Feels Like offers a rudimentary look at Bully's music, as the majority of these tracks feature simpler song structures. Take the opening cut, I Remember, as a telling example. This is a thumping punk tune with some streaky guitars to help get your blood pumping. Alicia's vocals are the real star of the show, as the scratchy, roomy delivery adds extra texture and a smattering of swagger. The same can be said about the song Brain Freeze, which features more of a crooning and strutting delivery. It's a much more direct recording. The slinking bass stands out too, allowing a softer edge to be presented throughout. Brain Freeze won't rile you up, but it certainly won't stop you from head bobbing along. Finally, the song Milkman is a jumpy burst of adrenaline, featuring a nice array of dynamic mixing and production. Alicia sings about how she would be a great milkman, all while giving her best Riot Girl interpretation that will bring smiles to the faces of everyone in Bikini Kill. And closing with some super shouty vocals that's just mwah. Most of the songs I just mentioned date as far back as the self-titled Bully EP, so these songs have been around since the beginning. Feels Like might not be the most structurally interesting album in Bully's discography, but it sure is damn good and accessible. And that's gonna close out the album, so let's hop right into some tracks. The first Bully track you should listen to is Either Way, from their 2017 LP, Losing. This is a fast-paced punk rock jam that will make the likes of Jay Retard proud. The short and snippy guitar is absolutely infectious, forcing you to bob your head along as fast as you can possibly go. They even find a way to sneak in this cheeky little guitar solo, adding yet another dimension to this quick cut. I'm sure there are people out there right now who are upset with me for choosing this song as opposed to the other songs off of Losing, but you simply cannot deny the sheer fun that is exuded exuded in both the instrumental and vocals. Honestly, I would totally spin kick to this banger. You're simply gonna have to listen to either way. There is no either way about it. Okay, I'll see myself out. I know that was a bad one. I am sorry. Another standout track is Where to Start, which comes off the 2020 release, Sugar Egg. Opening up with a super rich and heavy bass line, Alicia's vocals come scratching through with absolute authority. She's clearly pissed off during the duration of this track, which actually helps to give Where to Start a biting edge and overwhelming character. This song is one of the closest that we get to full Riot Girl form from Alicia, and it is a goddamn treat. I don't get that much time to listen to the radio, but I would absolutely love to hear this blasting from my local alt-rock station because it has all the right chops. Finally, I think you should check out their 2021 single, Just for Love. Immediately greeting you with an up-tempo beat and shimmering notes, there is a warmth and comforting aura that surrounds this piece. It's a rousing cut, infectious through each groove that's churned out and each lyric that is belted from Alicia. It's not like there's some super deep meaning behind it, nor is it reinventing the wheel. It's just an absolute blast of a tune from start till stop. It's actually kind of a shame that this track never made its way to one of their full lengths. Go give Just for Love a spin and you can judge it yourself. And that will conclude my video covering Bully. Links to all the albums and tracks discussed here will be located in the video description box below. Scroll down even further to the comment section where you can let me know if you liked any of the albums or tracks that I recommended. Maybe you're a big Bully fan and maybe you think that I completely fucked up this list. That's fine. Go to the comments and let me know what you would have suggested. You can also leave a comment recommending any artists you would like to see covered on this channel. Just know that I do have a bit of a backlog built up, so if I don't get to it right away, it's nothing personal. I'm probably working on it. Be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this every single week, along with other shows that I have, such as Stacks of Wax, Where It's At, The Variety Show. We're staying consistent, we're staying on time, and we're still making goddamn videos. By subscribing, not only will you be helping me out, but you'll also be in the know when any of these videos decide to drop. But yeah, that is all that I have for you today, outside of my usual reminder for you to go out and support your local record store if you are able to, along with the local artists in your area, and, well, until I see you next time, happy listening.